King Charles did it again after torching Donald Trump before a joint session of Congress earlier in the day. King Charles roasted Donald Trump during a state dinner at the White House. King Charles called Donald Trump out for disturbing and destroying the international order as it relates to trade. King Charles called out Donald Trump for his attacks on NATO. And then King Charles proceeded to mock Donald Trump's ballroom, but he did it in a King Charles way that tried to inject humor into it, make the entire audience laugh. And I don't think Donald Trump fully realized that everybody was laughing at him, although he seems deeply jealous of the king in a way that he wishes that he were King Charles. And I think King Charles realizes that. So let me show you what went down. Here is what King Charles had to say during this state dinner at the White House on Ukraine and NATO. Here, play this clip.
At a most critical time in the darkest days of the 20th century, American leadership helped rebuild a shattered continent, playing a decisive role as a defender of freedom in Europe. We and I shall never forget that, not least as freedom is again under attack following Russia's invasion of Ukraine. Today, our partnerships in NATO and AUKUS deepen our technological and military cooperation and ensure that together we can meet the challenges of an increasingly complex and contested world.
Then King Charles talked about the challenges the world faces, where there are interruptions to the international order as it relates to trade. Here, play this clip.
Across the ocean and from coast to coast, we have traded, innovated, and created together. We've stood together through the best and worst of times. However, the challenges we now face, from those who wish us harm across the world to balancing the risks and opportunities of powerful new technologies, to the threats to the very international rules that have allowed us to trade and have kept power in balance for 80 years, those challenges encourage us to reaffirm tonight the basis on which our partnership has been built.
And then King Charles talked about the destruction of the East Wing, and he kind of compares it to what the British did in 1814. And he was like, I'm sorry to say that we, the British, did something similar. Our own real estate redevelopment of the White House in 1814. He's comparing Donald Trump to them in 1814. Do y'all get it? Here, play this clip.
And if I may say so, it is a particular pleasure to be back in this wonderful building, the heart of your democracy. On this occasion, I cannot help noticing the readjustments to the East Wing, Mr. President, following your visit to Windsor Castle last year. And I'm sorry to say that we British, of course, made our own small attempt at real estate redevelopment of the White House in 1814.
More jokes, more roasting of Donald Trump from King Charles this evening. And he said, hey, Donald, I know you're saying that we would all speak German if it wasn't for you. Guess what? You'd all be speaking French if it wasn't for us in the UK. Remember how long our relationship goes. Here, play this clip.
This said, our French friends can feel equally at home with a glance at a map. Indeed, you recently commented, Mr. President, that if it were not for the United States, European countries would be speaking German. Dare I say that if it wasn't for us, you'd be speaking French.
And then you can see how awkward and weird Donald Trump is right here. King Charles is presenting Donald Trump with this original bell from a submarine. And then Donald Trump hears, oh, am I getting a gift? Am I getting a gift? So Donald Trump stands up to take it. And King Charles is looking at him like, dude, what are you doing? Let me finish my damn speech. Here, play this clip.
So tonight, Mr. President, I am delighted to present to you as a personal gift, the original bell which hung on the conning tower of your valiant namesake. May it stand as a testimony to our nation's shared history and shining future. And should you ever need to get hold of us, or just give us a ring.
And then King Charles gives this toast right here, and Donald Trump gets all touchy with him. King Charles makes a joke about the Boston Tea Party. And what King Charles is doing here is, after really laying into Donald Trump on the issue of Trump's attack on NATO, Trump's attack on Ukraine, and then Trump's attack on international trade, that's when King Charles then injects some humor into it and kind of lets Donald Trump drop his guard, and then boom, does a Boston Tea Party joke. And then you can see like Donald Trump is so damn touchy with him and is weird. Here, play this clip.
Thank you, Mr. President and Mrs. Trump, for your splendid dinner this evening, which, may I say, is a very considerable improvement on the Boston Tea Party. So whether your cup contains tea, wine, Scotch whiskey, bourbon, or even cola, let us raise our glasses and voices as we toast the past, the present, and the future, thank you, of our two proud and allied nations. To the United States and the United Kingdom, God bless both our countries.
Thank you very much. Thank you. As you great job. That's so beautiful. That's
So then Donald Trump tries to do like his own humor, and it's not funny at all. Trump totally bombs. Trump's like, Windsor Castle, I hear it's built by William the Conqueror. He a nice guy, that William the Conqueror? And nobody laughs at all because it's weird. Here, play this clip.
Windsor Castle, a structure that's so beautiful and so long that it never seemed to end. I looked down as a former real estate person, and it just went on forever. And it was built by a gentleman named William the Conqueror in the year 1070. And I asked the king, I said, was he a nice man, William the Conqueror? He said, I tend to doubt it. I don't think so. When they call you William the Conqueror, generally speaking, you're not going to be too nice, but he must have been something, because it was nothing like I've ever seen Windsor Castle. But
then Donald Trump departs from his prepared remarks to say that Iran is defeated, which it's not. Play this clip.
But it was unconquerable courage, this inexhaustible supply of ambition, ingenuity, and resolve. From the trenches of World War I to the beaches of Normandy, from the frozen hills of Korea to the scorching sands of North Africa and the Middle East. And we're doing a little Middle East work right now, too, if you might know. And we're doing very well. We have militarily defeated that particular opponent. And we're never going to let that opponent ever, Charles agrees with me, even more than I do, we're never going to let that opponent have a nuclear weapon. They know that, and they've known it right now very powerfully. But our countries have stood together.
And then he says, King Charles, you got the Democrats to clap for you earlier today. I can't do that. Here, play this clip.
And Queen Camilla of the United Kingdom to the White House. Very special place. Very, very special. And I also want to, before we really begin, I want to congratulate Charles on having made a fantastic speech today at Congress. He got the Democrats to stand. I've never been able to do that. I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it. They liked him more than they've ever liked any Republican or Democrat, actually. So I just want to thank you and congratulations. It's not an easy thing to do. That's a tough place.
Then Trump interrupts his speech to praise Rory McIlroy for winning golf tournaments. Here, play this clip.
This unstoppable daring, this unconquerable courage, it really is. It's unconquerable. And speaking of that, where's Rory McIlroy? Can stand up, Rory, will you please? That was unconquerable courage. That was very good, Rory. I don't know if that helps them talk about how wonderful the speech, but I had to interrupt my speech because I watched that man win a tournament. That was a tough one. Congratulations. Very proud of you. All right, now I'll get back to my speech, Rory, okay?
Then Donald Trump says that British colonies or former British colonies don't know how good they had it, basically. Here, play this clip.
They have such love and such respect. Today, most of Britain's former colonies have no idea what they truly owe to this towering legacy of law, liberty, and British custom that they were given. We were given that, and it was a great, great gift.
So then Trump raises a toast at the UK state dinner, but he forgets to toast Melania. Let's play this clip right here. There were other very awkward moments as well, like before the speech was given, Donald Trump was outside the White House and Donald Trump was saying how jealous he was of King Charles. Here's what Trump said.
He made a great speech. I was very jealous.
And then as the Queen was shaking people's hands, Donald Trump cuts in front of her. Like she's shaking Trump's own cabinet members' hands, and Trump like pushes the Queen aside to like shake the hands of his cabinet members. And then the Queen stops shaking people's hands. Like, did he just cut me off? Like, what are you doing? Why would Donald Trump need to shake the hands of his own cabinet members? Here, play this clip. And just a reminder for you about King Charles' speech earlier in the day at the joint session of Congress. Here he was saying that America's words carry weight and meaning, basically telling Donald Trump, stop using your words recklessly. Play this clip.
America's words carry weight and meaning, as they have since independence. The actions of this great nation matter even more.
Then he got a standing ovation when King Charles talked about how the United States Supreme Court has cited the Magna Carta multiple times. In fact, over 160 Supreme Court cases since 1789 on the issue regarding checks of executive power. Again, he's calling Donald Trump out for exceeding what Article 2 executive power should be about. Play this clip.
Roots go even further back in history. The U.S. Supreme Court Historical Society has calculated that Magna Carta is cited in at least 160 Supreme Court cases since 1789, not least as the foundation of the principle that executive power is subject to checks and balances.
And then King Charles invoked NATO. Remember this portion of his speech? Here, play this clip.
In the immediate aftermath of 9/11, when NATO invoked Article 5 for the first time, and the United Nations Security Council was united in the face of terror, we answered the call together, as our people have done so for more than a century, shoulder to shoulder, through 2 world wars, the Cold War, Afghanistan, and moments that have defined our shared security. Today, Mr. Speaker, that same unyielding resolve is needed for the defense of Ukraine and her most courageous people.
So there was many powerful moments. I'd love to hear from you what you think about it. And I'll just say, while all of that was going on, you had James Comey deliver this message after being indicted for the second time for posting a photo of seashells that said 8647 a year ago. Here's what James Comey had to say. Let's play it.
Well, they're back. This time about a picture of seashells on a North Carolina beach a year ago. And this won't be the end of it. But nothing has changed with me. I'm still innocent. I'm still not afraid. And I still believe in the independent federal judiciary. So let's go. But it's really important that all of us remember this is not who we are as a country. This is not how the Department of Justice is supposed to be. And the good news is we get closer every day to restoring those values. Keep the faith.
There you have it, folks. Let me know what you think. Hit subscribe. Let's get to 7 million subscribers. Thanks for watching.
Love this video? Support independent media and unlock exclusive content, ad-free videos, and custom emojis by becoming a paid member of our YouTube channel today. You can also gift memberships to others. Let's keep growing together.